Hello Pookies. I did a video my first year of like tips and stuff that I wish that I had known before, and I was living in the dorms then, which now I live in an apartment, so this isn't going to be like dorm life hacks at all. But essentially I wanted to kind of do a part 2 to that on stuff I've learned like over time, because that was like my first semester and that was just like basic living hacks, most of it, I think. So this is just like college life hacks in general. Thing number 1, 100% get a raincoat. It doesn't have to be bougie, it just needs to work. You can go get one at Goodwill. I've got like a bright yellow raincoat that I got at Goodwill for like $5, and I might be walking around looking like that little boy from It, but I don't get rained on. I don't know if it's just where I'm from, but it rains so much more than you realize until you have to walk to class. Because I promise you, the last thing you want to do is be walking around in the rain, because then you're going to be sitting in class soaking wet and cold. Get a raincoat and keep it in your bag. Always have it on you, because sometimes it's going to rain and you're not even going to know that it's supposed to rain. I would keep it in your bag, not your car, because you're going to park and then be walking to class and it's going to start raining and it's going to be like, do I need to walk back to my car and get my raincoat, or should I just go to class? Keep it in your bag. The second thing that kind of goes with that, do not be afraid to shop at Goodwill. Thrifting is like trendy, like it's cool to shop at Goodwill. You're a broke college kid. It's okay. There is literally nothing wrong with shopping at Goodwill. It's better for the environment. It's better for your bank account. And also, go to TJ Maxx if you want cute decorations and stuff like that, because 95% of the things in my home are from TJ Maxx. You're poor. You want to go blow money at Goodwill. This is thing 3. You need a job. If you don't, lucky you. I've worked at 2 different bowling alleys. I feel like they're always hiring because they can never keep people. So I don't know if it's going to be like that everywhere, but if you're desperate, go try and find the local bowling alley if there is one. Wherever you're deciding to go and apply at, go in person and ask. Because whenever I was looking for jobs, I would go in, I'd ask, hey, are you hiring? Like, can I apply to work here? Blah, blah, blah. And 95% of places will tell you to apply online, and then you'll apply online and you'll never hear anything back. But there's like 5% where they will hand you a paper application there, you sign it out, and your chances of actually getting hired on and hearing back and getting an interview are so much higher if you just go in person. It looks more respectable if you can go in and ask instead of calling or just signing up online. Go in person. Go be sociable. 60% of people do not graduate their 4-year degree in 4 years. It is literally over half of the population in college that have to go for more than 4 years, even if you're just getting a 4-year degree. So if you're falling behind and you're having a hard time, don't let it freak you out and stress you out, because it's completely normal. You're going from wherever you've lived your entire life, moving into a box with a stranger that you don't know, around people you don't know, in a place you've never been. You can't expect good outcomes from that kind of experience your freshman year. And things will get better your sophomore year. You'll be more used to your routine and more used to where you're living. Stressing and freaking out about classes not going well and things like that, that's not going to help your classes go better. You have to give yourself time to relax. And if you're constantly on fight or flight mode and you can't focus because you're so stressed out, it's not going to fix the issue that you're stressed out over. People at this age want you to show up to things, but you have responsibilities and things that you need to get done for yourself. And it's okay to tell people no. And you might have to learn that the hard way, but I'm trying to warn you. You will have to force yourself to spend some time alone. Or maybe you're just lonely, which sucks, but honestly, you have time to get stuff done. If your friends are mad at you because you didn't show up to this party or that show or this or that because you had homework, or a job that you had to go to, then they're not good friends and they're not understanding of adult responsibilities. You are your priority. They can do their own thing. You have no responsibility for the things that they do with their lives. It doesn't make you a bad friend just because you're trying to do the right thing and get things done. And sometimes you just need to take the time to be alone, to be able to relax. Because if you're in school all day and you're in work all day and then you're one day off, your friends are wanting to do something and it's your only time to yourself, you're gonna get exhausted and burnt out. Do not go to Target or the Walmart and buy a bunch of school supplies, because this is college. You're gonna take all your notes on your laptop. Get one journal, maybe two, and you will find out quickly which classes you're gonna need that journal for. I have one class where I'm not allowed to use my laptop for notes. One. And it's because my teacher is like old. And honestly, I have had that journal since like 11th grade and still hadn't used it. The money that you planned on spending on a bunch of cutesy little dootsy school supplies, spend it on a nice computer. This one is so important and has gotten me through so much. Figure out the ticketing people's schedule. At my school, they start at 7 a.m. and end at 4 p.m., which means after 4 p.m., you can park anywhere on campus. Teacher parking, you can park there. Staff, faculty parking, you can park there. You're not gonna get a ticket because the ticketing office is closed. If you're running late to class and your class is only like an hour long, maybe risk it and park in one of the parking spots that aren't for your zone or whatever, but you're only gonna be in there for an hour. And the chances of someone getting a ticket to your car in an hour when there's an entire campus of parking lots that they're supposed to check are not that high. It'll happen. It will. It's happened to me. You're gonna get a ticket no matter how hard you try to follow the rules. So honestly, if it's get to class on time and risk getting a ticket versus looking for parking for an hour and not making it to class on time, risk the ticket. Because chances are, if you're only gonna be in there for a little while, you're not gonna get caught. Another thing is that it's raining today. Our ticket people, normally, they literally did today, which is frustrating, but last semester they didn't do this, so pay attention. But our ticket people ride around in golf carts, and normally they won't give you tickets if it's raining or the weather is really bad because they don't want to ride around in the rain in a golf cart. So you got to figure out the risk and the reward system with the parking spots, pretty much. It's okay to sit alone. I remember feeling so awkward when I would go get food and sit by myself to eat. I went from sitting in the caf by myself being super anxious, and now I literally found this ledge on the side of the building. I've sat there with Allison in some of my videos. Allison's only at school like 2 or 3 days of the week. And the other days when she's not there, I still go sit on that ledge and I eat my lunch. And there are people walking around that see me. Nobody cares if you're sitting by yourself. Not a single soul. Everyone there gets it. People are busy. You can't always be with your bestie. Don't go hungry because you're scared of getting seen sitting by yourself. So many places give you a student discount. Every time you go get fast food or go here or go there, whip out that student ID and ask if they discount, because chances are you live in a college town, the stores around you are gonna give student discounts. Don't kiss ass year one. You're gonna walk in freshman year and your teachers are all gonna tell you how important it is that you make good relationships with the teachers and that you talk to them and that they know who you are and blah, blah, blah this and blah, blah, blah that. Your first year, probably first 2 years, are all prerequisites, classes that everybody has to take. If you are a psychology major, it is not gonna matter if your history professor knows who you are. Don't waste your time being a familiar face to a teacher that you're literally gonna have for 4 months and then you're never gonna have to see them again. In fact, if it's a teacher who you don't need to have a relationship with, try to be as unknown as possible, because there are teachers that when they take attendance, if they know who you are and they notice that you're not in class because you talk to them all the time when you're there, oh, you're not in class one day, marked off on attendance. If there's just some rando that sits in a random seat and is quiet and doesn't really do anything, chances are the teacher's not really gonna notice if they're not there. They have tons of classes and tons of students. Don't stand out. Keep to yourself. And then if you miss class one day, they might not even notice that you're not there. My last thing is, if you have a job, do not be afraid to demand at least one day off. Where I work, I will not work Wednesdays and Saturdays. Those are the only days that I do not work. Wednesday is my day of the week where if I'm behind on anything school-wise or need to clean the apartment or my room, that's what I do on Wednesday. It's still a work day, even though I'm not working. Saturday is my designated day to have fun and to relax. I either lay in my bed all day, or I go and I hang out with people, or I have people here come over to my apartment to hang out. That's what I do. And if I did not have those 2 days, I would go insane. So do not be afraid to demand at least a day or two off from work. I don't like that you can see me in this mirror back here. It won't zoom. Bye, Jake Paulers.